What's up, everyone? Phil the Kaiju King from back again. Been a minute, but I'm back. Take a look at this guy. It's the xplus Gigantic Series Kong 2021 from the zany, wild, fun, action-filled kaiju movie Godzilla vs. Kong. The box is standard fare. I just took a picture of it. It's cardboard with a black silhouette of this figure on it. This is the main event. Kong 2021 Gigantic. What is this? The second Gigantic that's not a Godzilla. Him, Mechagodzilla first, 1974. And then this guy, Kong, 2021. Pretty awesome figure here. He did come in a big foam coffin inside of the box, a box inside of a box, and then the foam coffin inside the inner box. So it was protected really well. No tail attachment. Just took him right out of plastic and you're good to go. Of course, that movie was great. Poor old Kong got it handed to him in that movie, in my opinion, pretty much. He didn't fare totally well at all, really, against Godzilla. He had one little moment there in Hong Kong. But other than that, Godzilla was really just showing him who the king of the monsters is. I mean, I'm just being honest, and I'm a Kong fan. So I still love you, Kong. You're still my boy. You always will be. You are the original king, and no one can take that from you. But the movie's good. I'm sure everybody's seen it. If you haven't, give it a chance. It's kind of going more towards the crazy type, really sci-fi Godzilla. They're putting a sci-fi in the MonsterVerse, the last two movies, with Godzilla King of the Monsters in this one. There's nothing wrong with that. And then just this week, the teaser came out for Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. That's the official title of the film. And there's like a hybrid Kong, maybe in there. He has really long legs and long arms. He really favors maybe like an orangutan. Who knows? Really don't. You can't see him, but he's sitting on the throne, and it shows all the bones and stuff. It's just. I feel like this movie's going to tell us a lot about the past too. My opinion. I wouldn't mind seeing another Toho monster villain in it. For my selfishness, Gigan is what I'd want, but I feel like that Kong isn't the only thing in the movie. Maybe there's a band of Kongs that are bad, and Godzilla and Kong have to take them out. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're doing. I'm interested to see how it goes. I can't wait for next March. But this movie, 2021's movie, was come out in the middle of that pandemic, and it did really well at the box office. And I'm sure that really helped propel more movies of the MonsterVerse. Good deal. Apparently they've got Godzilla's licensing back. Good deal. Let's see it. Let's go with this. Let's roll with it. I'm really interested to see where they're going with it. I think this next movie will be a lot about the Hollow Earth and a lot about the past of how the Titans got where they are now. They might really delve into the Godzilla Kong War that they've spoken of before. That's what I kind of want them to do with it. But I think the movie's set 4 or 5 years after Godzilla vs. Kong, maybe. I don't know. If anybody knows when the new movie's set, comment below. But I can't wait for that. This movie was fun, even though my boy got his butt handed to him. I still love him. It was fun. I liked the movie. Mechagodzilla was a total badass in it, just like he is every time he shows up. He puts the whipping on Godzilla. True arch of Godzilla. I'm always going to say that. I can't help that. But Kong, at the end, really saves Godzilla, and they earn each other's respect, kind of the way I took it. Really great movie, though. This figure is really cool. When I first seen it, I ordered it. I know it was a really quick pre-order process, from what I understand. It wasn't up very long, and it was gone. And I think they would benefit themselves by reissuing this figure. I think there's a demand for this figure. Put it out for a month window cycle for people to try to order it. But I'm going to tell people this. how I've been paying for these things that are high dollar. PayPal lets you do this thing called pay in 4. It'll take the total, divide it by 4. Every 2 weeks, a fourth of the total comes out of your checking account. So what this was like 500 or whatever, I forget, 450, 500. So every 2 weeks, like 125 or whatever was coming out of my account instead of all 500 at once. I would highly suggest to people to start using that. You can use it on anything. I've used it on DIFA reels. I mean, you can use it literally on any. I mean, it's let me use it on everything. Anything from Hobby Search, anything from the Rick site. Definitely give that a try. It alleviates the pain of a big payment, but you have to be ready for the 4 payments over a 2-month time frame. This figure is cool though. I love it myself. I think it's really awesome. Right now it's this and King Ghidorah for me for this year's figure of the year. But I'm a Kong guy, so right now I'm probably saying Kong's my boy for at this point. I know it's early, but I love Kong. They did a nice sculpture here. Of course, he's predominantly brown with some darker shades here and there, but predominantly brown. The paint app looks really good on him. His feet and toes and toenails are really nicely captured, I think. Really, really cool. He's got big, strong, powerful thighs and legs, calf muscles. It looks really impressive. Like, look how strength. He just looks very strong. His back, very defined. Nice sculpting of the hair all over his body, by the way. His back looks very wide and muscular. Looks like he could, throw the world. It's pretty awesome. Really, really nice figure here. Of course, you move up to his midsections. Got nice definition, muscle definition there. His chest, a big signature, big 3 scratch scars on his chest, signature of this Kong. He looks really good, really muscular, really powerful. His arms look very, very powerful as well. His both hands are clenched like in a punch almost position, like he's throwing a punch here maybe, fighting Godzilla, I guess. Both hands are almost clenched position. This one is more open, his right hand than his left hand, I've noticed. For sure, it's a little bit more open. And his left hand is closer to his chest. Maybe he's in mid-chest, pounding his chest. I think that's what this is. He's mid-pounding his chest. I feel like it's right when he breaks free on the ship and he tears that thing off his neck and he roars and pounds his chest. I feel like that's where this is from when I'm looking at it now. I really think that's where they got this pose from. But like I said, nice sculpting. The fingers and everything are really defined well. The fingernails, nice sculpting of his big muscular arms. Really, really good capture. Very muscular, nice hair. Like I said, on his arms. Hair definition, the sculpting of it, really nicely done. Of course, he's got the big beard on his chin and stuff, and on his neck. It's pretty nicely captured, I think, that big beard he had. Nice little sculpting of his ears on the side of his head there. Of course, his mouth is in full roar mode there. Nice sculpting definition of his teeth, individually sculpted, pinkish in the side of his mouth with the tongue and the upper and lower jaw. Nose, very wide nose. Nice capture of his eyes. A prominent eyebrow. His cone head. Very, very nice capture of this big old huge Kong. They did a really good job, xplus. I love this thing myself. Mine seems pretty stable, but I just opened him. I've literally had this thing like 2 or 3 weeks. I've just been so busy working and cutting wood, and I just now got around to getting him out of the box today. He's really spectacular though, for sure. They did a nice job, I think. I think I'll do some quick comparisons here, and we'll do that right now. All right, here's my gigantic Kong 2021 xplus alongside my gigantic Godzilla 1964 Rick by xplus. And Godzilla's kind of hunched in a turning position, but Kong is taller, but he's totally upright. He's probably taller by an inch, maybe. It's a pretty big Kong here. I I took a picture of him with the Gigantic 19. I don't like moving around my Gigantic 19 because of the tail fiasco that I had with it. And I just kind of leave him be. This Kong, the scale of that needs to be about an inch or so shorter, in my opinion. Or they could be depicting, well, no, if this is the ship, this is pre-Hong Kong, because in that movie, in Hong Kong, I thought he was bigger. All right, we'll do another comparison. Let's move on to that now. All right, and here's my xplus Gigantic Kong 21 alongside my gigantic custom Godzilla 19 eating Ghidorah. That was my last video on the channel, should have been. Kong's taller than this guy too. It's a really big Kong. I feel like they're going to do a gigantic Godzilla 21 maybe to go with this, but make it scale with this Kong. So that Godzilla would have to be like, whew, up here probably, at least. And then that way Kong's roaring up at Godzilla. It would be a big gigantic, but I feel like that would sell. All right, we'll move on to some quick final thoughts. All right, xplus Gigantic Series King Kong 2021 from the movie Godzilla vs. Kong. It's a great figure. I think they knocked it out of the park. Like I said, I was a little apprehensive of the pose, but I like it actually. I think it's very well done. I'm pretty happy with this pose of this figure. I think it's well captured, and I feel like it's when he breaks free on the ship and he beats his chest. I feel like that's where this was captured from. Really, really cool figure. I hope they reissue it, re-release it, and open up the window for pre-order and give people a chance to get this thing because it's really cool. All right, everyone, I'll close out this here video. I want to thank everybody that always tunes in. If you want to comment below, feel free. I always enjoy that. This is Phil, the Kaiju King, from my collection room in Greater Cincinnati. Y'all have a blessed day.